Hello, everyone, and welcome back to New York Talk. This is the Scouting Report, and it's time to look ahead to Stockport going to town on Saturday. We have Steve from the Scarf Bergara Wore with us. How are you doing, Steve?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Yeah. How are you doing?
Very, very good. Thank you very much. Let's take you back a little bit, and I'm sorry to do this, take you back to the end of last season. I really, really fancied you guys to go up through that playoff spot. You were the favourites for me. How much did it kind of take out of the fans that kind of that playoff heartbreak that it is, unfortunately?
Yeah, I mean, there was like you. I think we also considered ourselves favourites, which is not a good thing to do in football because it comes back to bite you. I think I don't know if you saw the Orient away game and the offside decision.
Yeah.
And you know these things tend to iron themselves out over the season, but in the playoffs to be 4 or 5 yards offside and giving us a goal, I was like, oh no. But I mean, you know, the second leg at our place, we had the chances, we didn't bury them. So at the end of the day, you kind of missed out. So it's huge deflation at the time, but we picked ourselves up pretty quickly. It was one of them. We kind of got in the car, went home, kind of reflected on it, and then the next day it's like, okay, yeah, not to be. And I think that's basically because we're on this kind of 7-year journey. The idea is we went from non-league, and the idea is to get to the championship in 7 years. And this is year 6 this year. So last year was supposed to be a building year, but we kind of surpassed our expectations for last season, finishing third and kind of just missing out on automatic. So yes, it was a massive, a massive disappointment on the night, but it didn't take us long to get over it and then start thinking about this season.
Yeah, and I suppose you've had that in the past. When obviously there was a similar story in League Two as well, where you felt that still, but then smashed it the year after. So I guess there's that faith in the manager and the players that it's not the end of the world, that this group has got something on it.
Yeah, particularly, like I say, because it was this 7-year plan, but there's a 3-year plan to get from League Two to League One, and they started building. And our our director of football, Simon Wilson, they kind of asked for his kind of opinion at the start of the season, and it's kind of like a throw of the dice. We built this squad, but a lot of them, some of the young players, we don't know how it's going to go. So I think last season we probably surpassed expectations, and then that kind of brings a bit of expectation about this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Was there any change in terms of transfer business? Was it a big change, or was it?
Yeah, it was. I was coming on here today and I started thinking about all the players we kind of lost and gained. But basically, the biggest issue is we lost a lot of defenders. So in the back line, we lost Kyle Noyle. He went to Mansfield. We lost Ibitore. He went to Bradford. We lost Fraser Horsfall. Went to Blackpool. We have also lost Sam Hughes, who went to Peterborough, but Sam didn't really play many games for us. Macaulay Southern Hales went to Bristol Rovers. So in terms of the back 4, back 5 for last season, we lost a lot of that kind of those defense basically. And that was our biggest worry going into the season. It's like, what will happen defensively, because it's kind of not an embedded defense basically. But they've replaced some guys. We brought in Corey O'Keefe from Barnsley on loan for the season. Barnsley fans didn't really rate him. They said he's defensively not that good, but he can put a great cross in. We're kind of seeing a little bit of that so far. He's okay defensively, but he can put a killer cross in given half the chance. We brought Artu Hoskonen in. He's a Finnish international. He played against England and scored the goal. He got injured before he kicked the ball, so he's not played for us yet. We brought Theo Eden in from Peterborough, left wing back. We played against Hull in pre-season friendly. 10 minutes, he looked amazing. Got injured. It's not seen him. We brought Joseph Alowo in from Doncaster. I think was their player of the season. I think he was the captain as well. But he came in injured, so he's only just kind of breaking into the team. Okay. So it's kind of like even the players were brought in. It's been really difficult. But then we've also in the last couple of weeks we brought in Brad Hills from Norwich, who did play for us last season. So that's a big signing. Just over, I think it's £1 million we've paid for him. We're viewed to go to 2 million. So it's a big for a club like us. That's big money. And we brought Tyler Onyango in from Everton on loan. And he played a couple of games for us last season, so he knows the club as well. Yeah. And he was part of pre-season, I believe. So we have replaced the defence with potentially upgrades in some ways. Oh, I missed out Owen Dodgson as well from Burnley. But it's not settled yet. It's not settled. So that's kind of defence. Apart from that, the other big name we lost Will Collar from midfield. Okay. He was kind of our driving kind of midfielder. And Tanto, Isaac Alafi, our striker, he went to Charlton. And we replaced them with Malik Mothersill from Peterborough. He's not really hit the ground running, another £1 million signing. And we've just brought in Ben Osborne from Derby. He does look a good player. He's played 350 plus games in the Championship and Premier League, and he's played alongside Ollie Norwood at Sheffield United for years. So he does seem like he's coming at the right time anyway.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it. Yeah, I'm glad we're not the only ones that have been riddled by injuries, though. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Honestly, I mean, to be honest, injuries for the last 3 seasons, it's been a nightmare. And, we've got our club captain, Lewis Bate. He got injured in the pre-season friendly as well against Hull. He stood on the ball out for 5 months. It's just been a nightmare. But I think it's a thing with most clubs these days. It seems to be, I don't know if they're running the players too hard or what, but everybody seems to be riddled with injuries.
Yeah, I agree. Some fans don't want to hear that. They want something to blame, don't we? We want to the training ground or something like that. Yeah. It does appear to be a footballing issue rather than a club-specific issue. But you start your season. Your first few games looked like it went all right, but then since then there's been some very dodgy results. How I would put. How would you rate your start so far?
So in terms of points, it's okay. I think we've got 12. I think I can't remember. We're not far off. Every season we start slow. That happens. So we're a little bit off the pace if we want to be in them playoffs. But it's okay in terms of points tally. In terms of performance, it's been all over the place. Really? Even if you look at the Bolton win first game of the season, we're rubbish first half, and then second half we had a great second half. We went to Wickham away, I think it was. We only played for 20 minutes. In them 20 minutes, it looked like we could score 4 goals. We should have scored 4 goals. But it's kind of been the tail of the season. We played Bradford at home as well. And the first half's probably the best first half I've seen Stockport play for years, better than anything last season. And then second half, just atrocious, absolutely atrocious. So it's been really indifferent. We've not been able to put 2 halves of football together. We've seen signs of it. Like I say, I think the unsettled defence has not helped. But last week against Cardiff was the first time we actually saw what I'd consider a Stockport team, where we actually looked good for, I'm going to say 96 minutes, because in the 97th minute, we made our first mistake of the match and it cost us. But we should have been out of sight. I think it was 10 shots in the first half, so half of them on target, and I think Cardiff might have managed 1, and we absolutely dominated them. But so it's kind of really promising to see, but we need to that needs to come on. We need to do that every game now.
I suppose we've had a similar start where we can't string 2 halves together. I suppose the difference for you guys is you've got this history of a manager you've trust, whereas for us it's this new guy we don't know, we can't fully trust kind of thing yet. Which is one of the big differences. What can we expect from you guys Saturday? I assume if you play well, it'll be similar to what we saw, sort of second half of the second game last season when you put 1-1-3-1.
Yeah, I mean, they always the management team always say intensity is our identity. That's kind of been the motto for the last few years, and we haven't seen that this season until Saturday. So if they do what they should be doing, it should literally be high press. It should be kind of winning every second ball, high tempo game, getting the ball into the box as much as they can. It's most likely going to be probably a 3-5-2. We've kind of toyed with 3-5-2, 3-4-3 this season, and he seems to like the wing backs. He seems to keep wanting to go with that, and I don't think he's going to change that. So pretty sure it'll be 3-5-2. I think you could look at the team sheet for against Cardiff, and it's pretty much going to be the same. There shouldn't be any changes. So you're probably going to, you've got that new kind of defence kind of knitting together, and with Ollie Norwood, probably Odin Bailey in midfield, Jack Diamond as the number 10, kind of a bit of a free role, really. And he's a good player. He'll be running at players. He'll be trying to take players on. His decision making is not always the greatest, to be honest. Sometimes he looks like a world beater. And sometimes you think, why did you do that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it should. That should be what you're likely to see, that type of performance.
Yeah, so it sounds familiar. Let's finish on what your score prediction. What do you think the score prediction score's going to be on Saturday, please?
Yeah, I'm going to go, due to the fact we're struggling to kind of keep clean sheets and we do keep conceding goals, I'm going for 2-2. Okay. I'd love to say I'd take the 3 points, but at the moment we're still in that transitional phase, and we could, it could happen. We could come and it just everything clicks.
Yeah.
But I think I'll go for 2-2.
Fair enough. I take an entertaining game with a good performance. I'll kind of take that at this stage. Thank you very much. We'll put the links to the scarf that Bergara wore in the show notes. If anybody's watching, you want to let us know your score prediction, put a comment in, let us know, and we'll shout at anybody that gets it correct. Give us a thumbs up if you haven't done, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. We will see everybody next time. Thank you all for watching, and as always, up the Millers.